So I am now currently downloading a video, as you can see, called Ad Setup. That should already be on my channel by the time I upload this video onto YouTube. And what that is, that's me creating the first ad for the Rise Up agency, which is where I make a form to generate more leads and, you know, get more people to click on it, and there's a video ad as well. So check out that video if you haven't already. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about in this video. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that on Monday I will be starting to do some cold outreach. It's currently Saturday and I can't do it the weekend, as, you know, many people are off work, and when I do, I've tried in the past, and when I do call, it's not very effective, and people say, you know, it's the weekend so I can't get involved with anything, I want to relax. Stuff kind of like that. So that's why I'm not trying this weekend, as I found it to be not very effective and not a great way to use my time. And so on Monday I'll be starting to cold call. So look out for the short form content that will be going on my TikTok, Instagram, on my YouTube Reels, so on here. Not YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts, sorry. And that is going to be the next stage in the growth of the agency, as you can tell, I've made a series now. I think I've got 13 videos in it so far. I've made the title, made the logo. I have made the website. What else did I do? I did the systems and processes, so building the automations, that kind of thing. Building the automations, workflows, campaigns. And now, so the next stage is to get it up and running, as we are now fully functional and ready to take on clients. So if you are potentially interested in going with a Rise Up agency, then please click on the link in my description. There's also one in my YouTube bio to book a free video call with us to discuss how we can help you and your business. So please feel free to do that, and I will see you on the call. But otherwise, if you're just watching this video as I document the journey, then follow along. So that's going to be the next stage of the agency. It's going to be doing the cold calling and outreach. I might do that through Instagram DMs, phone numbers, cold calling, emails, any other form of outreach that may be out there. I might try. However, I have found that phone calling and, you know, cold calling is the most effective way to gain clients, especially when first starting out. When you gain a reputation, then I understand that people may come to you, but at the start you do have to go to them, as that's where, you know, it's going to be the best use of your time to gain clients. So that is the next aim. That's what I'm going to be doing on Monday, and my offer is going to be as follows. It's going to be, we're going to generate you and your business 8 new pre-qualified leads, so ready to buy. And if we don't, we're going to work with you for free until we do. So what that means is, for that whole period of where we go from 0 leads for them to 8 leads, it will be a whole completely free, unpaid work for their business. So what we're going to do is create ads, like I've mentioned in previous videos. We're going to be like an ad running agency. We're going to make ads for them, and what they're going to do is, maybe it might be a form, it might be a link to a website landing page. So form might have multiple questions. We might want to filter out maybe time wasters, or we want to gain as many possible people on that form and, you know, making conversions whilst gaining the most eyeballs and views. But if it leads them to a landing page, there may be a video on there about what they do, maybe a portfolio, whatever type of business it is. It does depend on that, what type of business it is. Then that will go to a landing page that is appropriate and, you know, goes with the idea of that business. So if it's a real estate agent, it might go to a portfolio of all the buildings that they've got, or the potential, let's say it's an apartment, then they might go to the apartment, photos and how to sign up or contact them or learn more about it, the dimensions, etc. And that will be what our ads will do. So we'll go to a landing page or to a form. Could be contact them on Messenger, could be a phone number, but we'd like to have our ads as something very visual, because that's more engaging and far more likely to convert rather than just calling someone. I understand that if we're working with maybe a sole trader that does gardening, then probably calling them would be the best idea, as maybe they don't have a website, or they don't, they're looking for people that want to just call them up, book a job done, rather than going through a whole process like a real estate agent would like them to, is that is, more qualified way and a more professional, and for security reasons, maybe they might have to sign some contracts, term and conditions, privacy policy, that sort of thing. So that is why, with a different type of business, we may be looking to do different things with them. So that is going to be what we are going to do next with the ads. We're going to cold call the businesses, give them the offer of we're going to get you from 0 to 8 pre-qualified leads, or we will work with you until we do that for completely free. So we'll have to see how that offer goes. We may need to change and alter it depending on responses, whether it needs to be some sort of free trial thing rather than clients, but I'm going for a different approach rather than just, everyone goes, oh, we're going to do a 14-day free trial. You see a lot of that online nowadays. So I want to try something a bit different that's not just 14 days or 7-day, 30-day free trial. I was trying to, go with an amount of clients or an amount of leads, just to make it a bit more, not exciting, but a bit more, if it does, interest them, and we do work with them, sign up to the business suite and get them the leads, then maybe they may be interested in thinking, well, they said they got us 8 leads and they have definitely done that. Then that can be, making them think a bit differently about whether to go with us or not, hopefully, in them, swaying them more towards going with us. And so rather than just a 14-day free trial where, we get them a certain amount of leads, and I think, well, we don't have anything to compare it to, we don't know what numbers are normal, that kind of idea. So if we tell them we're going to get them 8 leads and maybe we get them far more than that, then that will be, good, as it will make them want to stay with us, and we can build a good relationship and grow their business and whatever it may be from there, whether it's gardening services, a real estate agent like I mentioned, or maybe it's an electrician, a plumber, anything, then that would build a good relationship, as that will keep them interested whilst also us keeping to our guarantee. As if we don't get them those 8 leads, then we're going to keep working with them for free until we do that. So whether that takes, 1 day, a week, whatever it may take, then we will keep working with them for free until we do. And that is why I think I've built quite a good offer that, I understand if people aren't looking for work or anything like that. I used to get a lot of those rejections, actually. I used to get a lot of the rejections that say, we're full with work. Well, the way to overcome that is we're going to say, we'll swap your top 3 lowest paying clients for top 3 higher paying clients. And that way we can still keep them interested in the business and, perhaps enroll them and onboard them in the future. So that is why I'm going to be using that offer once again, unlike a 14-day free trial. As when we talk about actual leads and actual numbers, that will interest them more. So yeah, when I used to get a lot of the rejections saying, we're going to give you a 14-day free trial, for example, and then they'd say, oh yeah, I've got enough work, so we don't really need that anyway, to be honest, but thanks for your time. Then what we'd say is we'd come back and say, well, if you already have enough work, that means that you're full. And so what we're going to try and do is swap your top 3 lowest paying clients for top 3 higher paying clients. How does that sound to you? And that way that becomes a lot harder for them to turn down, as they would obviously like to swap their lowest paying clients with the higher paying clients to, generate more revenue and more profit for their business. And that is ultimately what we're trying to do with the lead generation. We're going to automatically generate them leads 24/7, running in the background. No input needed from their end. We'll even create the Facebook page, the Instagram account, the Meta Business Suite, whatever's required if they don't have it. We'll create that for free, So worst come to worst, we get them those 8 new leads. We've made a new Facebook page, a new Instagram account, new Meta Business Suite, and they do not have to continue with us after that. For anything, there's no hidden fees, no nothing like that. You know, we don't charge, like I said, Facebook page setup fee or anything like that. And so that is the worst case scenario. They sign up with us, get a brand new Facebook page, Instagram account to show to their clients for future use, and they don't stay with us. But at the end of all that, they've gained a Meta Business Suite and Facebook and Instagram page out of it. And so that is another reason why I believe the offer is good, as until we get them those 8 clients, we will keep working on their business, their online presence, to improve it in more than just one way. Rather than just generating them just leads, we'll make them excuse me, a business page, an Instagram account, business suite, anything like that. We'll try and increase their online presence at the same time. And so that is why I also believe the deal is a good one. So that is the plan for Monday. I'm going to start cold calling. I'll be filming them and putting them on my short form content pages. So it'll be, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Reels, not YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts. So look out for those coming on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I upload them and when I get the footage downloaded. But that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next one.